Okay, welcome to the Philly Fox and Danny D Eagles podcast. That's the star of the show, Philly Fox. I'm your host, Danny D, and that's returning guest, Andrew H. And we're coming to you from our Eagles perch in the Ed Bobko Memorial Studios in beautiful Morristown, PA. But before we start, we would like to dedicate this special Super Bowl episode to the late Ed Bobko, Philly's uncle and my friend, and who the studios are named after. And this week, we move into the new Ed Bobko studios, where we'll be doing all of our future podcasts from. Okay? And no, we didn't go out and get a new building or rent a new place or anything. We used to be upstairs, and now we're downstairs. But we're still in the same building. So anyhow, we just wanted to put that out there. So let's go ahead and break down and give our take on the Super Bowl. But before we start, I just want to say something, man. We just won the damn Super Bowl. We won the freaking Super Bowl. I know we do this podcast normally like we don't know what's coming up, like we don't know what the outcome is. I can't help it, right? I mean, are you guys excited?
Yes, we're definitely excited.
Okay,
Of course
Andrew.
I'm excited.
Of course we're excited,
Birds.
man. They brought back the Super Bowl to Philly. Let's go. All right, let's start this show. All right, so let's start. The Eagles get the ball first, right?
They start at the 30.
At the 30, okay. So there's what, a couple of plays?
To Barkley.
To
runs.
Barkley? Yeah, okay.
And then a Smitty catch.
Smitty catch,
And
right?
a Hurts run.
Hurts run, but they came up short, right?
Yes, and then A.J. Brown on 4th and 2.
On 4th and 2, right?
Made this great catch, and we were cheering, but we saw a flag come out.
Yeah, what a pass. It was a nice pass, and then it was...
Wiped away by a BS call.
Right, okay. And then there was what, between him and the
Corner.
receiver and stuff.
There was some hand fighting on like both ends, but they said like A.J. Brown got him in his face. He didn't,
Okay.
Because even Brady's like, it's a bad call, like
Right.
from the booth.
Okay, all right. So anyway, so the Chiefs start on the
24 after the punt.
Okay, and then on first down,
If they throw to Smith-Schuster.
okay, and then what happened after that?
Well, just a run for 1 yard and then just 2 incompletions in their punting. So
Oh, okay, all right. So now the Eagles get the ball.
they start on the 30.
Start on the 30, okay. And what happens there?
Hurts starts with a completion to Goddard to the Chiefs' 47.
Yeah, right. A pass right off the bat. Were you expecting a pass?
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, not at all. Right.
Expecting another Barkley.
No, yeah, Barkley run, right? Okay. Then what do we got?
Well, Hurts threw an incompletion on 3rd and 5, but
Okay.
Goddard was hit in the head, so there was a penalty and extended the drive.
Okay, all right. So we're still moving, and now what's going on?
Hurts throws a bomb to Dodson.
Oh man, what a beautiful play, right?
Well, yes, we think it's a touchdown, but he's ruled short by a yard.
Yeah, well, of course, the touchdown.
Yeah, I thought it was a touchdown at first, but then they reviewed it. It showed he was a couple yards short.
Well, they
It was
always-
still, it was still a great catch.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they always review those and stuff. But yeah, they gave the call.
But
All
you
right.
know what comes next. Though,
Yeah, we
from the
all knew
1 yard
what
line.
was coming, right? Yeah.
Yes, tush push and Eagles
But-
score.
Or the brotherly shove.
Yeah,
Whatever you want to call
go
it.
for it.
Then it's 7-0 Eagles after.
7-0 Eagles in the freaking Super Bowl. 7-0. Chiefs got nothing. Okay. All right. So now what do we got here?
Well, the Chiefs go 3 and out.
3 and out. Okay, loving that, right?
You see Mahomes get frustrated because like, you see the camera up close up to him.
Yeah.
Like, he was like pulling his chin strap off and he was frustrated.
Oh,
Like,
that was something
Yeah.
you saw all game long. Yeah, I know. I'm talking in advance. I don't care. I'm too excited.
It's a very beautiful sight to see.
Yeah, I mean his pouty lip and the frustrated look on Kelsey's face, and of course Reed is unemotional. I mean he never shows any emotion anyway. But it was fun. Okay, so get us back on track, Philly. What's going on here? What are we doing?
Well, it comes to 3rd and 8 for the Eagles after starting at the 30, but
Okay.
Hurts throws a dime to Smitty.
Oh yeah, what a good pass.
Well, yes, he got to the marker. He reached over and got it.
Yeah. I mean, great reads by
Hurts.
Hurts, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks very calm and collected in the big stage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Then the next play is 1 to Dotson, a first down.
All right. Dotson getting another
Lucas
another
way.
target. Yeah, absolutely. Love it for the local
I was not
guy.
expecting him to get this many targets
Yeah.
in the Super Bowl.
And by the way, in case anybody doesn't know their Pennsylvania geography, he went to high school in Nazareth, and Nazareth is just the next town over.
Just a couple miles down the road.
Yeah, from beautiful Morristown, PA. So, of course, we definitely have a little extra love for him, and of course Barkley, who's just from on the other side of that.
I should bring this up. Saquon Barkley went to the same high school as me, Whitehall High School.
Okay, we're.
Graduated with your older brother.
Oh, I didn't know you went to Whitehall. I mean, I was going to bring up that he went to Whitehall, but you also went. Yes. Wow, great. They've been doing a lot of. There's been a lot of press over there this week. They've been getting both schools have been getting a lot of attention, and they've been sending a lot of love to Dotson and Barkley and the Eagles' way and stuff. I mean, it's definitely. It's just such a community thing when a team can win a Super Bowl and then the local community has players that are on that team. It's really a great thing to see. So, but anyway, let's get back to the game. Philly, get us back on track. So that was a pass to Dotson. Okay, now what's next?
Well, Hurts runs the ball for 9 yards.
Right. Really, again, Jalen's looking really good running the ball, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Take out Barkley, you still have Jalen.
Yeah.
Running it, But unfortunately, Hurts threw an interception the next play.
Okay. Hey.
But you can't totally because there was so much pressure in his face.
Yeah.
He just heaved it up.
Hey, here's the thing though. I'm gonna say this. Listen, we've been saying that he's been holding the ball a little too long, and that sometimes he hesitates on releasing the ball. Look, every now and then, especially in a situation like that, this interception really didn't hurt us, right? Like, where did they get the ball at?
At the 2-yard line.
At the 2-yard line. So, you couldn't if you had to punt the ball or whatever, you couldn't pin them down any better than that. All right. So, I'd rather have my quarterback throw an interception once in a while, but keep making these targets like he's been making.
Yeah, it's not like they were on the other side of the field and threw an interception. That
Yeah.
would set the Chiefs right up in the red zone.
Yeah,
That would not have been good.
Okay, so now the Chiefs get the ball, and you said where on the 2-yard line?
But they go 3 and out, so
it
didn't hurt us at all.
Yeah, right. So now we end up with the ball
and get good field position. We start at the 43.
At the 43. Okay, and then what? So what do we do?
Way up an A.J. Brown first down. It comes to 3rd and 7 after a couple Barkley runs.
Okay, and you know what? Before I forget. We mentioned before the Goddard call.
Yes.
That extended the play.
Yes.
Well, I don't know what you guys think. I hate to go backwards on this thing, but don't you think that was kind of a makeup call? Because it really wasn't that egregious of a foul. Don't you think that was kind of a makeup call? And I don't know about you, but at this point, at that point when they made that call for Goddard. With that, I kind of felt like the refs aren't going to be that problem that we were thinking of, that it was going to be all going the Chiefs' way. That kind of made me think.
We thought so in the beginning on the first drive.
Yeah, after we thought that and stuff.
A.J. Brown play.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm sorry. As always in this particular episode, we're getting off track, and I'm counting on Philly here to get us back on track. So where were we, Philly?
But the Eagles starting at the 43, the A.J. pass.
Okay, the pass to A.J. Another nice look by Jalen, right?
And then another Hurts run, like he's just running the ball at will.
I mean, looking so good out there, so healthy. I mean, excuse me, I'm sorry, people, but anyway, that
but the drive ends up stalling after the Hurts run.
Yeah, okay. And, all right. So
Elliott comes in for a 48-yarder, and it's good?
Yeah.
So it's 10-0 Eagles?
Right. So that's 2 from 48 yards, right?
Well, yes.
How ironic.
Okay. Oh, no. That's not that. That was the first one, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
A little too ahead.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. So now what's the score?
It's 10-0 Eagles.
10-0 Eagles. Okay. All right. You gotta love it, right? 10-0. I mean, nobody. I don't know. Most people, I don't think thought the game was going to start like this. Okay, but let's go. So now, what do we got?
Chiefs get the ball at the 30.
Okay.
Then Sweat gets a sack on the first play.
Oh man, Sweat comes through. I mean, everybody on this defense. I mean, it doesn't matter. There's no real stars on that defense, right?
Well, I mean, you could say everybody's a star because they all pitch in,
Okay.
We had the number 1 defense.
Yep.
And then the next play, LIX Hunt gets a sack.
So, LIX Hunt, okay. Another one, right? We don't expect these guys to be contributing the way they are, but yet they are week in and week out. We've called his name so many times, okay?
And then the play of the game comes up next. Cooper DeJean gets a pick six on his birthday.
On his birthday. Are you kidding me? All right? Every birthday after this is going to fail in comparison to the birthday present that he just got. Oh, my.
A pick six in the Super Bowl as a rookie on his birthday.
On his birthday. I mean, wow. It's just, what a story. What a story. And that the thing is, he is just one of many stories on this team. There are so many individual stories that it's really hard. It's hard to focus on any one. Okay, but let's get back on track here. So now what's the score after
17-0 Eagles?
Yeah, after an Elliott extra point, and let's again, we knocked Elliott a little bit, weeks back when he missed some extra points and stuff, but he's been clutch and steady. And
he's been making all his kicks.
So we're attaboy Jake. Okay, all right. So now we got the Chiefs getting the ball.
Well, yes, they go 3 and out. They start the
3 and out again.
And it's like what, three and out.
Yes, and Milton Williams gets a sack in that.
Yeah, well, I think the one play they did get a first down on the one, but then it was 3 and out right after that. Yep.
Yes, that was the very first drive from that. They didn't get a first down again until the next half. So
yeah,
I'll say that.
Unbelievable. I mean, they're just. I don't know. They just can't get it going. They just can't get it going at all, and that's okay. And that's okay because we talked about this in the preview. They really didn't score a lot of points per game this year, and other than winning games, and of course that is what counts, right?
Yes.
And when you're the Chiefs, it counts because you're Super Bowl champions. But there's not a lot of difference between how they were winning games and how the Eagles were winning games last year before the meltdown at the end of the season. To be honest with you, I kind of was waiting for the meltdown to happen with the Chiefs. And
it happened at the worst possible
time. It happened in
Yeah.
the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Okay? I was waiting for you guys to catch where I was going on that. They did have a meltdown. They had it on Sunday. Okay? All right.
Well,
so Philly.
Worst possible time for them, best possible time for us.
Best possible time for us. Okay. I hope you guys don't mind. I need a drink of water. So Philly, get us back on track here. All right.
Well, yes, on the next Eagles possession, we start with a Barkley run, but it's wiped out by a hold, unfortunately.
Okay.
And then Hurts gets sacked.
Okay.
So it's like 3rd and 26.
Okay.
But however, there was a flag against the Chiefs for unnecessary roughness.
Oh man! And what does that come with?
A first down, automatic.
Oh, right, automatic first down. Thank you. And it was if I'm not mistaken, it was
against Barkley? Like he tackled Barkley and Barkley didn't have the ball,
Yeah. And didn't they have a shot of Spagnuolo on the sidelines going, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?"
He was livid. He was livid. He was having a meltdown.
I know.
He was
so mad, and I was so happy. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? What a range of emotions. Okay.
For once, all the calls are going against the Chiefs.
Okay, so we got a penalty. We got a first down. Now what happened? What did we do?
Unfortunately, we don't get another first down and punt. But hey, we're punting from our own midfield. We're not punting, back deep. We'll get better field position.
So that's probably the first punt for us, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Well, actually, technically no, because the AJ Brown BS.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Brown.
You're right. Yep. You're right. Hey, that's what he's here for. That's why he's the star of the show. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now where are we at now?
Oh yes, and then the Chiefs get the ball and start at the 16.
Okay.
And then let's read this one.
Yeah, his handwriting is not
bad.
so good. We're working on that. Okay. we actually should upgrade to like a little tablet or something so that we can
maybe type it up and
then we
out.
can read it off of there. But as you can see, we don't have a very big budget. Okay, so
Yes.
right now paper is in our budget. A tablet is in the future.
Well, it's a Bond interception. That's what I'm reading.
Oh, okay. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right? Okay, well, that was worth waiting for. Bond-tastic
Yes.
got an interception. Okay? Another great story,
and
right?
It set us up in the red zone, too.
Yep, Eagles take over at 14, I wrote.
Right, okay.
And I thought it hit the ground at first, but after watching the replay, he had his hand.
Oh, no, it was great. And you know, the funny thing is I'm watching him on the sidelines afterwards, and yeah, he was kind of happy, but I'll tell you what, man, he's cool as a cucumber, man.
Such an athletic play. He dove for that interception. He got it.
Yeah. I mean, again, we've said his story. You know, in college, went from offense to defense, comes to the pros. You know, special teams player, somehow makes it to the Eagles, and then look at this. He's an All-Pro, and he's making interceptions for the winning team in the. Oh, I'm sorry, did I let that slip? Yeah, I think I did before. But anyway, so all right.
Well, we know who's gonna, because we said at the beginning it's not a.
It's not a secret anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys all know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, you guys haven't been in a closet for for how many days?
You're living under a rock or something.
Like Patrick from SpongeBob.
Yeah, because this is Tuesday night, so I'm pretty sure you guys know by now.
Anyone who follows football in general knows who won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So okay, all right. So now what do we got? We
touchdown pass to AJ, so 24-0 Eagle.
Oh man,
AJ Brown.
24-0.
Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken, that was already enough points, right?
Yeah.
That was already enough points.
Well, yes, and then the Chiefs go 3-0 because
I mean, we didn't know that at the time.
Well,
Okay, we were hoping.
The next possession, Chiefs go 3-and-out again, but
Yeah.
it comes with a Hopkins drop. Like Hopkins was wide open. That was like the one play the Eagles defense missed, but luckily Hopkins dropped it.
Yeah.
And then he was complaining about the refs, like after when you got blown out, like and you had a bad like you're complaining about the refs.
Really, that one play was going to make a difference.
Well,
oh yeah, that was going to put him back in the game.
Yeah.
Well, no,
yeah.
I'm saying he complained about the the narrative, like he said, like the Chiefs always get the like. Now, what do you think? Everybody, like he was saying that and stuff.
Oh! Now what does everybody? Oh, I get you. Right, yeah.
But I'm still saying he's complaining when he had that draw. Like even Hunter Brody said so. Like
It's hard to catch him when it hits you in the hands.
Yes.
Yeah. For some people, that's the worst place to
When me and my dad would throw in the backyard and I would drop an easy pass, that's what my dad would say to me.
Yes.
Yeah. Even if it hit you in the head, he'd still say no. No, just kidding. All right, now.
And then the Eagles just kneel on it, because it's like 24 seconds left.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then we take it to the second half.
Okay.
24-0 at halftime.
Well, yeah. Let's just let's just take a second here. We've been doing this all the way long, right? Okay. So the score at halftime is
24-0.
24-0. Did anybody, now seriously, I thought there could be a chance for a blowout. You thought it was going to be a closer game. Andrew, I didn't get a chance to talk to you. In your wildest dreams, even in my wildest dreams, did I really think it was going to be 24-0?
No, I was expecting a very competitive game because these two teams have just been like the top of their conference for at least the last 3 years. And it's just, I thought it would be like...
competitive game, like a nail biter.
I thought maybe it would be like 17-10 or something like that at halftime. But 24-0 Eagles. This game gave me a lot of flashbacks of Super Bowl 48 between the Seahawks and the Broncos.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be a very competitive game because it was the number one defense versus the number one offense.
Yeah.
And it was, I think, 22-0 Seahawks.
Well, it gives me a
halftime.
flashback of like Tampa Bay and the Chiefs like a couple of years ago because Mahomes was getting pressure just like in that Super Bowl. And,
right. And of course flashbacks, and not to be a Debbie Downer here, but of course there was that famous meltdown of the Atlanta Falcons, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the only thing that maybe some people are like being a little bit, but I'm telling you, at this point, yeah. I'm already saying to myself, my dream is coming true. I gotta admit, I thought maybe it was going to be a couple of big Barkley runs, maybe combined with some passing that was going to, blow them away. But let's face it, coming into this, it was more the competitiveness, the potential for a competitive game was more hype than actual numbers, because if you looked at the numbers and you looked at the players and you looked at the matchups, right? Okay, it really it wasn't that close. It was mostly close because of
The record and stuff.
the record and their record, and they're the reigning champions, and they've won 2 in a row, and they're going for a three-peat, and Mahomes is this this great quarterback, and Andy Reid, getting to be up there with considered, the greatest of all time, and all that stuff, up there with Belichick and Shula, and really nobody expected this, and so man. What a great job. And I don't want to, let's not even pick anybody out. This is just an all-around great job. Okay, we know who ended up being the MVP, and we'll talk about that all later and stuff. But right now, this is a complete team effort.
Yeah, because I remember the one broadcaster saying, like, forget about the three-peat. The Chiefs could just use 3 points right now.
Right? Yeah.
The Eagles had more points than the Chiefs had yards of offense at halftime.
I also mentioned that because Eagles had 24, Chiefs had 23. So
yeah, and that was actually your uncle your Uncle Dino that
mentioned
that to us, and or mentioned that to you. Yes. And thanks Dino for sharing that with Philly. And okay, well, all right. Anything else we want to talk about before we get into the second half?
We'll just go to the second half. The Chiefs get the ball, but I don't think anyone cares at this point that they get the ball,
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, we are. I mean, to be honest, yeah. I mean, we didn't watch it together. These two did, and they're just a little too rowdy for me. So I had to stay.
A heck of a night.
Yeah, I had to stay home in the peace and quiet of my home in my recliner, and but I was going nuts on my own too. Trust me, I was yelling and screaming. But all right, so. What do we got here? Remind me, get me back on track.
Because they throw a first down to Worthy, but not much after that. Because Davis gets a sack, Sweat again gets a sack.
Right. Oh, so Sweat got another sack.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the Chiefs have to go for it on 4th and 5.
Right. Okay.
Well, they actually punt it though, because the next one is the 4th and 5.
Okay, that's all right. We got a little bit ahead ourselves, so they punted on this one.
Yes, but still, only one more first down,
Okay.
Or their second of the game,
Right. Who would have thought that? Only their second first down.
We're in the second half already.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, this is crazy. Okay, so now we get the ball.
Yes, a Hurts first down.
Okay.
If it's a run on 3rd and 5, he does 16, like Hurts again, like he's... Hey, if Barkley's not going to get these big runs because they're selling out, Hurts can still get those runs in.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. Load up the box. I mean, Jalen will run it or Jalen will throw it. I mean, it's kind of a common theme today,
At this
right?
point in the game, it's like the Chiefs' defense. They basically put everything they had into stopping Saquon. And they don't know how to stop Jalen.
They can't do anything else. Yeah, they put all their eggs in one basket, and when they break, they got no eggs left. So.
And then Barkley finally does. He gets 2 runs for a first down.
Okay. Yeah, all right. So then, all right. And then, we didn't want to say that like Barkley didn't have good runs and wasn't a factor in this game. He was definitely a factor in more ways than one.
Well, because then Hurts got another first down. We're like, now it's like a run-heavy drive now. Finally.
Right. Now
because the Chiefs' defense is getting tired from being on the field all the time, I feel.
Right, but what are we doing when we're running the clock and when we're running the ball all the time, right?
We're running the clock down. You
gave
it away.
Well, okay,
I know. You said when I'm running the clock all the time.
Yeah, but I still had to pull it out. But anyway, okay.
But if Barkley's not going to run it, he made an amazing catch, like up here, like a helmet catch almost.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In more ways than one.
Like he juggled it at first, but he was able to hang on.
But he pins against his helmet, like I.
It was a la
David
Tyree.
It reminded me of Jermaine Kearse in Super Bowl 49, but no one remembers that because the Seahawks blew that game away.
Didn't run the ball at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, but and he went. I mean, there was no way because he's dropped balls like that this year. And there was no way. You could see the way he got that on there. There was no way he was going to let that ball drop.
Oh,
yes. What a great job by Barkley on that one. Go ahead.
And after the Barkley catch,
okay,
We have to settle for an Elliott field goal, unfortunately, though.
That's
but
all right.
at this point, points are points. It
Yeah.
makes the Chiefs dig deeper into a hole. So
Okay. And Elliott coming through
but
again.
29 yards.
29 yards.
27-0. It makes
Chip
it
shot, but that's okay. You got to make it, right?
Well, it makes it a forced possession game.
Yeah.
Because even 3 touchdowns and 3 3-point conversions, right, wouldn't make it.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd still be down by 3.
Yeah, we're definitely feeling even better. I mean, we're already feeling good, but we're feeling better. We're starting to feel more confident.
27-0 at this point.
27.
Who would have ever thought that?
Yes.
I mean, I'll tell you what. The handful of people that made these crazy bets that would have gotten paid off. There's some rich people. I wouldn't mind knowing a couple of those people right now. They're probably rolling in dough.
Well, then they start at the 30, but Hopkins gets a first down, but
Okay.
and then what's it, a holding call though? Taylor on BG, that was after the fact.
Okay. All right.
And then Kelsey got his first kill. He finally caught something.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is finally happy.
Yes.
Oh man, I don't know if they didn't show her. I tell you what, I didn't see a shot of her happy. Maybe they showed her after that, and she was all giggly.
I only
but
saw like 1 or 2 shots of her.
but mostly she was pretty unemotional. She didn't have anything.
He
to
had a
cheer
couple of
about.
drops, and the one like Mahomes threw at his feet, like he couldn't really catch.
And I don't remember at what point of the game it was, but they had that one shot of him just sitting on the bench on the sidelines, and he just had this like glazed look on his face, like, what the, what is happening? Like he was just in shock.
Yeah.
He
just can't believe it at this point. He's like, I'm supposed to propose tonight.
So, all right. So now
then,
get us back on track here, Philly.
It sets up a 4th and 5. Like
Okay.
Maddox breaks up the pass though, so Eagles get the ball around midfield.
Yeah. What a play!
Yeah.
Another guy, Devontae Maddox, right?
Or Avonte Maddox.
I mean Avonte Maddox. Okay, me and my bad pronunciation. See, that's why
You're thinking of Devontae Smith.
Yeah. There you go. I'm getting them the names crossed there. But anyway, another guy. Well, also because he's another guy. I just know him as Maddox because he hasn't been playing that much. He's only
another Howie Roseman draft pick though that he hit on. So.
Yeah,
But
I mean going back to the
2018, that is.
Yeah,
Same draft as Dallas Goedert.
Yeah,
Dallas Goedert. I'm saying his 2018 class, was
the
really
year
good.
after the first Super Bowl.
Yes.
I mean, and isn't that
And
one
Josh Sweat too was in there because Sweat's been making a name for himself.
And that's one of the great things about this team. I mean, there's a few free agent pickups and stuff like that, but
it's homegrown talent.
Oh my God, yeah, especially on the defense
Defensive side.
and
even offense,
because you forget
Smitty,
about
right?
Smitty and Cam and
Goddard,
and Cam Jurgens. We forget about.
Yes.
I mean, the guy just comes in every day and does his job. Except, he was hurt a little bit there, but we ain't gonna hold that against him.
Yes,
I mean, the guys just come in there and Look, nobody wants to say you don't miss Kelsey, but to be honest with you,
I mean, Kelsey, Fletcher Cox, they are big losses that we overcame.
Right, but you never leave a game saying Jurgens hurt us or we really missed Kelsey. We needed Kelsey out there today. Okay, let's move on.
Yes, because we'll see.
That's okay.
Left off. Because Hurts gets a TD bomb to Smitty, because the first play, right after that, he throws the ball,
Yeah,
that's going for the jugular,
At this point, the Birds are just piling it on.
Yeah. Kellen Moore, what a great job. And I know we're taking constant breaks here, but this is the last one for a while, so I got to get some of this stuff out there. All these people that the coordinator's all distracted. He's out on interviews. He's not going to call a good game and stuff. It was all ridiculous.
The Saints are getting a good coach. I'll say that because he got signed with New Orleans today.
Sure, and it's always sad to lose somebody. But to be honest with you, the system that we have. And the players that we have.
We can win with any coordinator?
Yeah. The coordinators have changed, but for the most part, the offense has pretty much been the same.
But we'll say the Cowboys, every time the Cowboys had a failure, either in regular season or it's Kellen Moore's fault, it's this and that, but it's Dak Prescott's fault, it's Jerry Jones, but off top. But I'm saying Kellen Moore always got unfair blame in Dallas,
sure,
it's his fault, because he came to a real team and he won a Super Bowl, so.
And good for him that really, to be honest with you, good for him that somebody saw through that and just based it off of his success and his abilities. And good luck to him going forward. But great game calling.
Because I was watching a podcast today, and this guy was saying something like, a lot of teams that blame the coach, like you could stub your toe in the morning, it's the coach's fault, you know, right? It's the coach. Yeah, right? It's Kellen Moore's. It's never Dak Prescott. It's Kellen Moore.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not blaming Sirianni for that too. You know, I mean, come on. Yeah. So, all right. Let's get back on track here. Where are we at? I know. We're up so far in this game that it's hard to stay on track, but we owe it to the to finish.
Yeah.
So where are we at here?
Because what's a worthy bomb, right? That might have been the best bomb that's ever thrown that means nothing in a Super Bowl, like, you know.
Yeah.
But that way,
the first time I think the Chiefs are in the red zone all game.
Well, the past midfield even. But.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, even that. Yeah, I remember Brady saying that.
Yeah.
You know.
It only took him being down 34-0.
Yeah. Just so you know, I had a whole list of notes, everything that I wrote down during this game, and all the stuff I was going to say. It's sitting back there in the book, man. We're just flying off the cuff here. We got a few notes here that Philly's going to keep us on tracks, but we're just flying. All right. Yeah, we're fly Eagles fly. That's for sure. Fly. All right, keep us rolling there.
Well, Mahomes did a shovel pass to Kelsey. Her first, Kelsey finally got another,
Okay.
I mean, but it's a little too late for that. You're down 34-0.
Yeah.
That's a little too,
Yeah, too little, too late, like they say. But then
a worthy TD and the 2-point try is no good, right?
That's right. Yeah, so they finally scored,
but they don't get the 2 point.
They don't get the
34-6.
Yes,
34-6. Yeah, and it's just another thing showing you that things are just not going the Chiefs' way, right?
Yes.
I mean, it might have given them a little bit of momentum if they had at least gotten that 2-point conversion, right? At least they give them some confidence.
But even then, you can't just onside kick, expect,
Right.
You have to stop the Eagles at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so now what happens? We get the ball.
They up and then a Barkley first down catch because even if he's not running, he's making an impact as a receiver.
Yeah, sure. Let them stop the run all they want. They could, It didn't do him any good so far.
And then we go to AJ for another first down, right?
Yeah, another target to AJ. Another good read by Jalen.
And then the drive ends up stalling eventually, though.
Okay.
And Elliott comes in for another 48. This is the second 48-yard.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought there was 2 48-yard field goals. Okay. Now, is this the one? I know one of the kicks, there was a penalty, right?
Well, still...
Wasn't there there was a penalty, or didn't he have to kick one twice?
Well, yes.
Okay.
Even so, it doesn't. I just write down 48-yard.
Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't matter. But my point is, that's how clutch he was. He made it, and whether it was this one or not. But you guys saw the game. You know which one I'm talking about. He made it, and then they had to kick it again, and it was the weirdest kick. I'm telling you, it had a slice and a curve all in the same one.
It was one of the early ones. We remember it because it was like we were nervous, but then it went through. All that mattered. It doesn't matter how it goes through as long as
but it looked like it was slicing, and then it curved back the other way. Yeah, it was
just
And that's when you know your kicker's on, man. When he can go up there and he's got ice water running through his veins. That's what's so good about Elliott is that he had his issues. He made his misses, and maybe some of us lost a little confidence, but he never lost confidence, right?
Well, yes, he won both Super Bowls with us, as a rookie back in 2017, 18, and now. So.
The thing about being a kicker in the NFL, it's probably one of the positions where you have the most pressure, but at the same time, you got probably the most time on the sidelines to practice.
Well, the practice, but then also to think about when you screw up and stuff. That's got to suck.
Though having 2 Super Bowls on your resume, it's good for his Hall of Fame chances one day.
Yeah.
So. I knew as a rookie in week 3 when he kicked that 61-yarder against the Giants, I knew he was something special.
Franchise
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to make it as a Hall of Fame as a field goal kicker. I mean, Vinatieri just did, right?
But I'm
that's
saying
rare.
The Super Bowl, right? Like the Super Bowls on your resume. And he made kicks
and he's young yet, right? Yeah, so he's got who knows how long of a career he could have. So Jake, I'm not telling you ain't gonna make it. I ain't saying that. All right, please don't be mad at me.
But he's made clutch Super Bowl kicks, so that looks good.
Okay. All right, Philly, get us back on track. What do we got here? So, I'm sorry, what was the score after
37-6 Eagles.
37-6. I mean, to be honest with you, my score that I posted was 45-24. Okay, so at this point, I'm actually hoping the Chiefs score a few points, so my prediction looks a little bit better. Yes. So I mean, that's how bad I felt for Kansas City, you know. But anyway, so what do we got here?
Well, it's the Mahomes fumbles on the next drive, starting at the 30. You know,
okay.
Milton Williams forced the fumble. Like he forced it and recovered it, but like that's.
Was that the one?
Yes.
Oh man, that what a shot!
Yes.
I thought at first I thought it was JC, and I'm thinking, oh no, JC. If it's JC, he's going to get flagged on this, right? And they're going to get pissed at him or whatever.
To force it and recover it, that's rare, you know.
Yeah. Oh, but I mean, he smashed his. I mean,
flashback to Super Bowl 52.
It was a
Brandon
Graham, but I loved
strip
it,
sack
man.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Flashbacks to there.
And credit to Mahomes. He didn't get up and whine and cry. He didn't get up and point a finger like you know.
Well, he was just defeated at this point, you know.
Oh yeah, but I know, you know. Listen, we're picking on him and we're having fun and everything. But I will say this: he is a class act. I mean he definitely is a class act. But now we can go back to picking on him. I just wanted to throw that out.
At this point in the game, this is right up there with Super Bowl 55 for worst game in his career.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, so we got the sack fumble, right? Okay.
Well, the drive ends up stalling though, but hey, a 50-yard field goal. Hey, Elliott made a 50-yarder. You know.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a 50-yarder.
Yes.
Again, so we just got done talking about him, so you guys know how we feel about him. We love you, Jake. Great job.
40-6 at this point.
40-6.
Yes.
I mean, are you freaking kidding me? Are you I mean, this is no joke, man. This is no freaking joke what these guys are doing today. I mean, it's just, I don't know.
Because they heard all this three-peat talk and it motivated them, like, you know.
Yeah.
Like, no one was giving them respect. Like, three-peat, that's all they heard.
I mean,
you know, like,
yeah. I mean, nobody on that team wanted that to happen. They didn't want to be the team I mean, let's think about it. They took down the Chiefs. Okay, yes. They're giant killers, right?
And they took down the Patriots with Brady and Belichick.
Yeah, and I'm going to go one further on you because neither one of you is old enough to remember this, and I was only 6 months old at the time. I was just a wee little one and then living in another country, but we beat the Eagles beat the Packers for the NFL championship. 1960, okay?
So that's the only one Vince Lombardi ever lost.
The only one that Vince Lombardi ever lost, right? So we killed three of the biggest dynasties in going. Yes. And even before that, we used to knock around the Giants. That's actually why I'll go down saying that as much as everybody hates the Cowboys and we have fights with the Commanders, I almost said Redskins again. But it's the Giants are really our true.
But though they've fallen so far from grace that no one even cares, you know.
Well, you guys don't, but I'm old enough.
They haven't been really good in like over a decade.
Yeah, but it's always, but it's our oldest rival. But anyway, so let's get back to this. Where the hell were we? So
there's not much other than garbage time scoring from the Chiefs. Like, that's all we could say. Like,
right.
Garbage time, Hopkins TD, and they make the 2, so it's 40-14.
Okay.
Eagles go 3 and out, but at this point, Kenny Pickett's in, so does it really matter?
Yeah. Oh, and you know what? I don't know about what you guys. So, okay, I'm always sometimes thinking about things that just ain't in the game, but I thought it was great that they put Pickett in. Not that they took Jalen out and rested him and got him out of the game. I just thought it's like, hey, Pickett.
He was an Eagles fan as a kid.
An Eagles fan as a kid, and how much credit you want to give him or not, he's a part of getting you there.
Because he helped win the before Micah Parsons knocked him out of the game, you know.
Right? Yeah. I mean, the kid he came in and subbed for Jalen, and we can argue about this or not, whether. He scored enough points against Washington to win. The defense is what gave up too many points and really lost that game. And then he played well in the next game till he got hurt.
And then Tanner McKee came in and didn't miss a beat. You know.
Yeah.
And we blew out the Cowboys.
Right.
41-7 or something.
And going a step further, so not just him going in, but I noticed, and I can't sit here and tell you the names of everybody that went in, the subs that went in for the Eagles and Kansas City, but I just thought it was, at that point, the game's over, and you got to be happy for the people that are getting in the game and not just being able to have the ring, but be able to say, I played in the freaking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay?
They at least took a couple snaps.
Yeah.
They weren't just sitting on the bench the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, and it wasn't just him. It was other players. Yep, absolutely. So wonderful. Okay, and yeah, you guys are right.
I mean, we'll say that from here. We'll say the Chiefs, right, onside kick it, but the Eagles recover.
Yeah.
And then the Eagles go 3 and out again, and then the Chiefs get another garbage time TD.
Yeah. Bomb to Worthy, I think, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure nobody's really that interested in
the rest
all
of
the last details and stuff like that.
Sirianni already got the Gatorade shower at this point.
Yeah.
And then the other note, because Andrew mentioned the note about the Eagles having more points at half than the Chiefs' yards. So my other note was Mahomes was sacked 6 times in the games. Yeah. It felt like 60 because he was on the ground every play. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was crazy. Then he was pressured on, 32% of his dropbacks, which is 16 times. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, I mean, stats-wise, I mean, it's just so one-sided. I mean, not just the score, but I mean, just everything. I mean, they're just, I don't know. I mean, they're licking their wounds right now. I mean, they got to feel bad, right? I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off. Go ahead, Andrew.
After the heartbreak of 2 years ago when the Chiefs beat us, this was a great revenge game.
Yeah, well, and go ahead.
They really took that game personally.
Yeah, and Philly and I talked about this in the preview, and I said, look, we're better. I mean, the Chiefs aren't better than they were 2 years ago, but our offense was better. I mean, just by the addition of Saquon alone,
and the defense was better because there was no Zach Bond, Jalen Carter, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitt. I could just keep going. You know?
I mean, we had good players. We had Hassan Reddick and other guys, but
not this.
Not this.
Because I'm saying we could blow out every team in the league. That's how good I feel.
And there wasn't in this defense. I mean, there really was no weak spots. Even if somebody missed a tackle or something, somebody else was gonna come through. Somebody else was gonna bail you out.
Because I remember Dolphins fans say, "Good luck with Fangio. He was no good here." Well, maybe the Dolphins just suck, as Hunter Brody said. Maybe they just.
They haven't won a playoff game since before I was even born. So.
Because I was watching the Super Bowl podcast, and that's what he said. All these Dolphins fans that said you could have them and stuff, and because we had a Giants fan say you could take Barkley and all was injured that when we were down in Wildwood this summer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's my point.
I wonder how he feels now.
Yeah.
You could have Barkley.
Yeah, well, we took him, we got him, we love him, we'll keep him.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right.
And this time around, this field wasn't so slippery like 2 years ago.
Well, okay, I'm glad you brought that up, actually. So, did anybody else notice this, especially early in the game?
Well, Barkley did slip once, but
thank you. Well, okay, but I think I saw it a couple other times. Now, I'm not bringing this up in a negative thing. I'm not bringing it up negative at all. I'm just saying that I think we automatically assumed for whatever, that AstroTurf, we weren't going to have that sod problem. We weren't going to be talking about the sod doctor, okay?
They call him the sod father instead of the godfather?
The sod father. Okay, I call him the sod doctor. Doctor, father, I don't care. He's out there fixing it. He's a doctor to me. I don't know. Anyway, so... the sod guy's the godfather. That is pretty funny.
Because I've heard that, meme and stuff, right?
Uh-huh. But anyway, so, no, I did notice that, and I thought a couple other times. Not that it was significant. I just wondered if anybody else noticed it too. And I also saw Barkley's interview before the game. I tell you what, he was pumped. He was a little... I think he was a little nervous yet because, I think the whole excitement and everything. But obviously he got, the game started. He was there. He was raring to go. I mean, he was a boxer ready to fight. Okay. Well, so I don't know. What do you want to do? Why don't we do some? You want to do game balls?
Yep, I have the game balls written out in my notes. So.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Offense, I'd give it to Jalen Hurts because he was the MVP for he was just throwing dime after dime, no matter who it was, whether it's AJ.
And he was running for first.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And then the defense is just the entire unit. Everybody came to play.
Yeah.
6 sacks. Who was expecting that?
Well, yeah. And okay. And you're pretty much in agreement then, Andrew, with that?
Yeah, and they also had 2 interceptions, one being a pick 6.
Well, that's why I said you can't single out a single person on defense.
Yeah.
Because they all made plays.
Because, I think how many turnovers they have? 3, I think?
Yeah.
2 interceptions and a strip sack, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So
not strip sack, just a fumble, whatever.
Well, if he sacked them, that's a strip sack. Okay. A strip sack fumble, that's what it's called.
Same thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay, so you know me, I'm always going to have a little bit different take. And again, as always, it's never ever to disagree with anything you guys say, especially the star of the show right here, Philly. But I don't know if I want to say it before. You also have written down there that you wanted to talk. Did you want to talk about the coaches at all?
Well, I said Kellen Moore, Vic Fangio, they both get an A. In Sirianni, they all get A+.
Right, A+s and stuff. Right, yeah, okay. So look, this is where I'm going with a game ball, and this is going to be. It's a little corny and it's a little weird and it's way out there, but that's normal for me, okay? That's what I do, all right? So, was it the last one or where we said, we couldn't decide who on the defense, right? We just give it to them all, and you kind of went the same way today. I'll tell you what, what got me started on this is they were on the radio today saying who is more responsible for the Eagles' good season, winning the Super Bowl, Nick Sirianni or Howie. And
it's a combination of both.
Yeah, okay.
Because Howie built the roster, but they were still 2-2 at one point, and Sirianni, the coach, we had some serious problems after week 4 and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but even that first game coming after the bye against Cleveland was they just barely hung on that one, but after that they went on a streak.
Well, that's the credit to Sirianni.
The meltdown after the Browns game, and all that.
And you know what?
I'm sorry.
And
I'm sorry. I said meltdown. I didn't really mean to characterize that. I'm actually just repeating what maybe the media called it. I really didn't. Be honest with you, I didn't really have a problem.
Well, I get what you're saying, not a meltdown. Just he was angry at a fan, a fan yelled at him and he yelled back or something. Yeah,
and then the whole thing with the deflect, taking his kids to the that's the one, right?
Because people said he did it for sympathy and stuff.
Well, to deflect so that they'd feel right, so they feel sorry for him and they wouldn't pick on him or whatever. And maybe he just listen. We already talked about this then, so I won't go into it real long. Nick Sirianni, to me, is the perfect type of coach that you want for Philadelphia. He's emotional. He wears his emotions on his sleeves. He's dedicated. He's part of the brotherhood. We talked about that in the preview, how this team is a brotherhood and everything. And so I'm going to go this a step further. So I like how you guys both said, you made a case for both guys. I say I'm going to go so freaking far out there. I say I don't know how many balls you would need, but every single person on Howie's staff, every single coach on that staff, every person that works in the training room, everybody that works in the analytics department, everybody that works at the stadium, everybody, Big Dom, okay? I can't believe we haven't mentioned Big Dom that much, okay? He is as much a part of this team as everybody, okay? So, and there's all those people that I'm not going to be able to name their names.
Well, I will give one. Jeff Stoutland, the offensive line coach, because he took a reclamation project from the Jets and Mekhi Becton and turned him into a Pro Bowler he was.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying. He could just take any offensive lineman and turn him into a Pro Bowler,
And so I guess this is my point. There is so many stories, so many layers, okay? I'm a big Shrek guy. I believe in the whole onion thing and the layers. And there's so many layers to this. And I am 100% convinced that if there was one thing different, this could have easily not gone the way it did. But every little thing that everybody did, every little bit of work they did in practice, every little bit of work they did in signing this guy, signing that guy, whatever it was, eating right, resting people, concussion protocol. I hated that they sat Barkley and that he didn't get the record. And I'm still probably, after I get a little over the joy of this, I might go back to feeling bad about that. But that might be the one regret. But everything else, I think everybody in that organization deserves a game ball. And I could go on and on about this, but
I will say one thing about Barkley.
Yeah.
He might not have the regular season record, but regular season and postseason combined, he has the most rushing yards. So.
Yeah. So he did do that. He got that from Terrell.
Yes, Terrell Davis.
Terrell Davis. Okay, from the when the Broncos had those good years, and he was hot. Yeah, absolutely. And that's not going to be. Especially, look, maybe in the rest of the NFL's eyes, it might have raised them up a notch in how they think of him down the road. They might have needed that to put him on the pedestal. But I don't think Eagles fans are going to need any excuse to put Barkley on a pedestal, right?
He's a champion no matter. You can't take that away from him. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
I expected him to have a little bit bigger of a game in the Super Bowl,
but the Chiefs sold their soul to stop him, but it opened up everything up.
Right, and but then again, you probably didn't expect him to have the passes that he did and make those catches. And
that was an amazing catch.
And it's always a give and take, right? There's only so many plays in a game. If you run this many, well, then there's only so many left for passing. So it's a give and take. That's why it was Kellen Moore such a great job of balancing it out and seeing that they just were going to keep selling out to stop the run, and it killed them. But again, just one little part of it. We it's so easy to say this was a difference maker, right? That was a difference maker, but so man, we could go on and on about this. I mean, we could probably do another show next week just talking about the game and everything. But I think we're going to bring this to a close. All right. So. Remember, if you don't hate us,
like us.
Yeah, okay. And then subscribe so you don't
miss an episode.
Okay. And you can follow us on
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
And definitely especially the Twitter and the X. We've been posting a few more things on there. And we'll try to get on everything. To be honest with you, we're gonna try to work on that. And man, I guess we're gonna plan on doing what do we got coming up? Maybe like
free
agency coming up.
The draft,
and the
combine, and so we'll
like players what we might want to see the Eagles take, but. Unfortunately, but for good reason, we'll be at the bottom of the draft. So
yeah. But we'll post on those sites to let you know, and we're planning on doing a Phillies one.
Because me and Andrew hopefully get to opening weekend in DC. Yeah, that's our plan.
That's our goal.
Okay, all right, and. Hopefully we can do that. We're gonna try to work that out. Of course, obviously the Phillies play a lot more often, and we're not going to be able to.
162 games. This season.
We're not gonna do 162.
We'll do like weekly recaps or something.
Yeah, we'll do weekly recaps, and depending on. We don't even know what day of the week yet. It'll probably be maybe like a Sunday night or something like that. But we'll work all that out, and we'll put it all out there and let everybody know.
Because even though the Phillies, had a little bit of a meltdown in the playoffs last year, they're still a very talented team with lots of good players on their roster.
And probably the best pitching staff in the league. So.
Yeah. No. We're going to be back in it again this year and stuff, but. let's save all that. Save all that for the Phillies.
The Sixers and Flyers, they have a lot of questions to answer.
Well, I'm sorry, but we talked about doing that other stuff, and to be honest with you, time wise, we just really it's kind of hard with the Flyers. Especially with a lot of their late games and stuff, and it was with the Eagles season extending the way they did, and I'm sorry, the Sixers just ain't worth it right now. Okay, I'm sorry, and I hate to be a Debbie Downer again, but so long as Embiid is on this team, it ain't going nowhere. Okay, he finally admits that he needs surgery. The guy should have had surgery right after the Olympics. He went and played in the Olympics because he figures he's never going to win an NBA championship. At least he can have a gold medal to hang his hat on, because that's a world thing. And it don't get me wrong, it's a great thing. Winning a gold medal is no joke. I'm not picking on the Olympics or the gold medal. What I'm doing is I'm picking on a lazy guy who just doesn't rehab. He's not honest with the team and with the fans. And so long as Embiid is a part of the Sixers, they'd be better off trading him, just not playing them, and just focusing on the guys they got. And it's a shame. Boy, I'm bad. You guys know I'm bad with names. The young kid that...
Tyrese Maxey?
No, Maxey, but no, the kid that got hurt.
McCain?
McCain, yeah. Okay, when he comes back, they...
Well, Tank for Cooper Flag, his name is from Duke.
Yeah.
Ed would like that because he was a big Duke fan. So,
okay.
Getting a Duke player on the Sixer.
Yeah, and Abu Saleh. There's some decent players on there. And the fact that they have to learn to play with this guy, they call him Embiid, that is a center, but he plays outside and he's clumsy and he don't lift his feet. Then when he's not there, they got to play a whole different style, because whoever they have in there replacing him doesn't play the same. There's only a few guys that play Embiid's type of game. So here we are, man. We're talking way too long on Sixers. So
we're not going to get into the Flyers.
Yeah, we're not getting any of that. Let's say on the count of three, and with the hands, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Fly, Eagles, fly. Okay, and we're going to do one last Eagles for to hold you off for a while. Okay, and ready? 1, 2, 3. EAGLES, Eagles! We won the damn Super Bowl! Woo! Woo! Bring it home to Philly. They're going to have a parade on Friday. If you can go, go. If not, just be there in spirit. All right. We'll see you guys.
Yep, see you later.
Bye-bye.
Go Birds.